as fast as I could. Alright. Alright, take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. It's a first date, okay? Yeah, it's a first date. Alright? You're gonna be amazing, okay? Hey, look at me. Alright. Now, let's put ourselves in the right, headspace, shall we? So, how'd you meet? Tinder. Nice. Did you know? I think you knew this. You know, my wife and I met on Tinder, right? Yeah, true story. Well, I remember I'd met her. That's not right. I'd seen her profile, you know, and the first thing I noticed about her was that, you know, she was clearly very funny. Her profile picture was she had like a Wonder Woman costume on, and she was using it was like a fire extinguisher, but she had like between her legs, and she was clearly, you know, messing around as a phallic symbol. But, yeah, you know, we definitely hit it off, and well, the rest is history. Okay, so enough about me. Let's talk about you, okay? So, let's do some kind of classic framing, alright? Okay, so what do you want to get out of this evening? Okay, are you looking for something something serious? You are. Yeah, well, I was too. And, you know, while it's both, well, it's very important to, you know, if that is your intention, to have that intention, we want to be clear, you know, that you are not looking for, you know, you're not looking for a booty call, you know, you're looking for something more than that. Yeah. Yeah. And while I think, okay, so we're clear on that. Okay, good. Now, I'm going to offer some advice, okay, that tonight is all about fun. Yes, you're going to want to put your best foot forward. Boop. I can do that because we're friends. Yes, you want to put your best foot forward. You also want to make sure that you have fun, you know, that you don't try to look too cool. Don't fall into the trap of like being cool person, you know, who has everything together or something, I don't know. Be yourself. Look at me. You are one of the coolest people I know. Okay? I'm serious. That's why we're best friends. Okay? How long have we known each other? Like 22, 23, 24 years? 24 years. Something like that. It's been a minute, okay? And I know you. I know you're loving, dynamic, charismatic, charming. You are. I know you to be funny. I know you to be witty. I know you to be passionate and caring. All these things they all describe who you are, right? And we just have to just get out of our own way and let the real you shine through, okay? That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to let the real you Is that your brush? Alright, let me see here. Okay, I'm not gonna like do too much. Just relax a little bit with me, okay? Just relax here. Just relax. Take a breath. Breathe. Breathe. Yeah. It's going to be awesome. You are going to be your charming, witty, sexy self. You will be charismatic. You will be engaging. Remember this too, you know, one of the most, it's interesting when hosting a conversation. The key to have people feel at ease around you and feel drawn in is by listening. Be genuinely curious. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure they'll ask questions about you. Yeah, that's okay. And certainly answer them and answer truthfully. And here's the other thing, you know, I mean, honestly, look, just be honest with what you like, what you don't like. Be honest with your vices. So, you know, just be honest. Say what you enjoy doing, and as I said, ask questions. It was funny. I was just at a family reunion not too long ago, and one of my uncles spent about an hour explaining to me his journey into the Church of Latter-day Saints, you know, and how he became a Mormon and how he experienced revelation. And I listened to him talk for about an hour. During that time, he was regaling me with a fascinating tale of how he had been diving, and he had dove scuba diving, and this is back, you know, in like the 40s or something, a long time ago. I think he is 80, 77, something like that. Anyway, he maybe it was in the 50s, but he had been scuba diving with some friends, and they thought it would be cool to see how deep they could go. Yeah, and I know, yeah, it's like with the whole sub thing, right? The whole Titanic sub thing. But they were just scuba diving, and he went down and thought, hey, I can go lower. And then he went down below 60 feet. He went down below 100 feet. And I think he said he got down to like 150 feet or something, which is really deep. And the problem with diving that deep is you can't just come straight up to the surface, because you'll get the bends, because the nitrogen in your blood is being compressed by the atmospheric pressure, and once you're breathing in compressed air at that deep level, and if you ascend too quickly, the nitrogen in your blood will actually boil, causing narcosis and also the bends, okay? Now, he knew he was in deep trouble. And he started swimming to the surface. And he said, you know, with his lungs on fire, about to pass out, staring death in the face, he said he made a prayer. he said, you know, dear Lord, if you let me live and let me see my family again, you know, I will devote myself to you. And, well, he wakes up, and he is alive. Somehow he had managed to get to the surface, and they were able to get him on the boat, and he lived. And I was genuinely fascinated by his story. And he was dynamically telling it to me. And then toward the end, he asked me, he was like, well, you know, are you interested in, you know, becoming a Mormon, the Church of Latter-day Saints? And I was like, well, you know, I said, well, I think your story of revelation is amazing. I think that you had a profound spiritual experience. It sounds like you had a near-death experience, which, you know, in the words of the great Carl Sagan, that, you know, he would recommend everybody have a near-death experience if they weren't so dangerous. Case in point, because when you have a near-death experience like that, it's very crystallizing, right? Everything comes clear, like what's the most important thing? Family, loved ones, friends. And it was just very clarifying for him. And I was told him, like, that's amazing, you know, it sounds like you had a very profound, you know, for lack of a better word, a very profound religious experience. That's awesome. And I said, well, for me, though, I just don't, you know, I'm a fan of the study of religion, but I don't really, you know, prescribe to any specific denomination or anything. But it was as soon as I started talking, I mean, he had spoken for, like, I'm serious, like an hour. And I was asking questions. And I was, you know, I was genuinely curious about his experience. But as soon as I started talking, I mean, within 1 minute, okay, he kind of went, like, maybe 2 minutes, he was like, kind of yawning, checking his watch. And it was just like, man, people love hearing themselves talk. They love talking about themselves. So the best way that I found to, you know, make friends and influence people is by just being authentically curious. Yeah, just being authentically curious. Listen, you know, what are they into? What are their dreams? Where have some of their dreams maybe not come true, you know? Where do they want their life to go? Where do they want their, you know, do they want it, like, important questions, like, speaking of religion, like, is that important to them, you know? You know, is that important to you? And I'm not saying you have to, like, you know, hammer out these details tonight where it's like, you need to make sure that you align perfectly on all these specific issues. I wouldn't do that. Not at first. Tonight, be aware of those things. Know what some of your red lines are so that you are completely forthright. Know what your red lines are. But, you know, tonight, the best advice I can give you is to be genuinely curious. Yeah. Yeah, don't try to be impressive. Don't try to show off. Don't try to, you know, as my old acting coach used to say, you know, be expressive, not impressive. Whenever we're trying to be impressive, we will inevitably look foolish. Because you're going to look like you're trying too hard. You're going to look like you're showing off, because you will be. And that's not authentic. It's not authentically you. It's not who you be. You are interesting. You are curious. Yeah. Relax, my friend, relax. You're gonna do amazing. Look at me. Look at me. Relax. You're going to be amazing. Okay? Don't put too much... Don't over-stress the importance of this moment. Now, like, you know, when I met Megan, it was funny. It was like, I knew I wanted to at least be friends with her, you know, just based on her profile picture, basically. And we had texted a little bit, but this is also a true story. Okay, so back when I was on Tinder, it was free back in the day, and we had texted back and forth on the app a little bit. But my thing, and this is true to this day, you know, if I was out in the dating world, like, don't waste a lot of time texting. Don't, right? The problem is you just have, you'll never know if you actually have any real chemistry with the person until you get right up there and you give them a hug. And this is going to sound a little weird, but you are going to smell them, okay? You're going to go and you're going to give them a hug and you can go, and that first inhale, well, it may tell you more than you think. I remember I had this experience when I was in college. That you were, this is just a little bit before you. I was shooting this movie, and I ended up like we didn't actually hook up. We just made out a few times, but I met this girl, you know, on set, and she was gorgeous. Okay, like 5'9", brunette, fair skin, model, just beautiful. Okay, really striking. But man, we did not have any. The physical chemistry was completely off. I didn't like the way she smelled. Can you believe that? I know. I did not like the way she smelled. It was an absolute deal breaker. You know, it's just because we didn't have chemistry. And you don't know if you have chemistry until you actually mix chemistries. You actually have to be near them. So, for me, I remember, you know, with Megan, we texted a few times, and after, like, you know, a little bit, I asked her out, and as I did with most of my Tinder dates back then, you know, we had some friendly banter, and then I was like, well, let's go grab a drink, you know, let's meet up for coffee, go grab a drink or something. And so I'd asked if she would want to have a drink, and I didn't hear back. And I was like, son of a... I really thought we had something there. You know, I was really bummed. I waited like a week. And and this had happened before, you know, with Tinder, and I would text a gal, or she, you know, either just kind of ghost me, or nothing ever happened. But I thought, man, you know what? I'm gonna give this one more shot. Okay, so I sent one more text, and I was like, hey, you know, if you still want to meet up, I'd love to. You know, maybe we can go over to like Mercedes Grill or something. Yeah, it's that place down on Washington. That was our first date. Mercedes Grill. It's that Cuban place. Great mojitos. And so she got back to me. Thank God. You know, it's funny. She had liked me. We've talked about it since, and she had meant to get back to me, but then life happened, and she got busy, and then just forgot. And you know, of course, ironically, in hindsight, you know, that was the most important text message I've ever sent in my life. Isn't that wild? Like, that follow-up text message became the most important, best decision I have ever made, you know. But when we went out on that date, we both of us were dating other people, and we both had it, like dating, we were looking, okay, for something serious, but we were also having fun. And dating it's fun. Tonight, you get to go out, you're gonna hang out with this person, maybe you're gonna have some wonderful chemistry, I truly, truly hope so, and focus on fun, okay? Focus on listening, asking them questions, finding out what they enjoy the most, you know, have they traveled, what's their favorite place to travel, you know, have they done any adventures, like what's, like other kind of questions, like what's something scary that they did or something, what's their favorite place, what's their happy place, is it, you know, out in the mountains, is it the beach, is it grandma's kitchen, you know, where's their happy place? And just breathe. You're gonna be amazing. Just be genuinely curious. Okay? Alright. Stand up. Oh, let me look at you. Okay. Turn around. I'm gonna moisturize you a little bit, because everybody can use a bit more moisturizing. You're gonna be amazing, okay? Take Mr. Miyagi. You're going to be amazing, alright? Okay, you got this. Smile. You got this, okay? I believe in you. Don't make it too serious. Have fun. Okay? Alright. I look forward to a full report. And hey, Megan let me get to first base on the first date, so I'm just saying.